The Debate at 10, presented by GeoMart, powered by Reva University and Greenply.
Thank you for joining us on The Debate. I'm Niranjan, filling in for Arnab Goswami, who will be back very, very soon. Now, mountains of cash, truckloads of cash, in fact, rooms full of cash, and the cash tally, we are told, has touched the 50 crore mark in the Bengal cash scam. It's a teacher recruitment scam, otherwise called the SSC scam, but it's a cash scam that has hit the Bengal government. And yes, Republic's relentless coverage and questions, especially the Republic Bangla team, our sister channel, has been right in front, breaking the details. And these questions and the coverage, the facts that are emerging, has finally compelled the Trinamool Congress to sack a minister called Partha Chatterjee. But that's not good enough, because the question tonight remains, who was all this cash meant for? It's cash for who? But first, here's a look at that cash stash.
Last Friday, Republic TV showed you this mega haul. This Wednesday, Republic TV showed you another unfathomable amount of cash stacked together. Partha Chatterjee is embroiled in a scam where the recoveries in just cash have touched 48 crores so far. Republic TV has been asking the tough questions.
Can you now deny the fact what the enforcement directorate was actually telling the court earlier, that your minister was threatening the ED officials?
Republic TV has been leading the investigation into the case.
Behind me, there is a school called BCM International School. The abbreviation BCM stands for Babli Chatterjee Memorial International School. And who is Babli Chatterjee? Babli Chatterjee is or was Partha Chatterjee, West Bengal's ex-education minister's wife.
And protest over cash scam has spilled to the streets of Bengal. Now, in a mega impact, Mamata Banerjee has been forced to act. The TMC has sacked Partha from all posts.
আজকে শৃঙ্খলা রক্ষা কমিটির যে বৈঠক ছিল, সেখানে আমরা যারা উপস্থিত ছিলাম একে একে সবাই নিজের কথা বলেছে, জানিয়েছে, এবং সর্বসম্মতিক্রমে সিদ্ধান্ত হয়েছে যে দলের সমস্ত পদ থেকে পার্থ চট্টোপাধ্যায়কে উইথ ইমিডিয়েট এফেক্ট অপসারিত করা হচ্ছে।
But is that enough when more TMC names are under scrutiny, from TMC MLA Manik Bhattacharya to the sitting West Bengal Minister of State for Education? Just how big is the nexus in the cash scam? And who was it pouring cash for? Let's debate.
And joining us on the debate this evening are Priyanka Tibrewal, spokesperson of the BJP, Jaideep Mazumdar, associate editor Swarajya, PKD Nambiar, who's a political analyst. Dr. Shashi Panja is a minister in charge of Department of Women and Child Development and Social Welfare, national spokesperson as well of the Trinamool Congress. We have Dr. Fuad Halim, who's the senior leader of the CPM, and Lokesh Jindal of the Congress Party completes our panel. I'd like to start with the minister, though. Dr. Shashi Panja, and then Priyanka Tibrewal can respond to her. Dr. Panja, until a few days back, of course, your party held news conferences questioning the agency. But I think yesterday, the second cash haul really forced the party perhaps to act. Yes, your party has acted, but does it end there for the Trinamool Congress? Because more leaders are being questioned, and the investigation will now look into who the end beneficiary could have been as far as the mountains of cash go. Dr. Panja and Priyanka Tibrewal will respond.
Let the investigation be on. I mean, it is already on. Let it go, and let it have a very quick finish. Let the verdict be out very quickly. Let there be a speedy investigation. Is that what Trinamool Congress is saying? And you know, when the arrest took place on 23rd of July of Partha Chatterjee, the very first disciplinary committee of the All India Trinamool Congress sat for its meeting, and whatever deliberations were, those inputs were then placed to the chairperson of AITC. And today was the second meeting, as the investigation is also ongoing and coming from, you know, various so-called ED sources or whatever is evident also on the media. And we have taken this action today because this government, like the chief minister is the head of the government, so she has removed him from his ministerial duties, and the All India Trinamool Congress, where he held certain posts, have also removed him from there. So these two actions have been taken because we are accountable to the people, and we are accountable to the people who belong to Bengal, and I think that is where the trust and hope and the foundations of Trinamool Congress. So this is what, in a nutshell, which I can say, and I think Mamata Banerjee will not spare anybody, be it a minister or be it even a panchayat member. Unsparingly she has taken action, strong, stern action. And also, you must remember, right from day one, we have had press conferences. We ourselves have appeared on various TV debates where we were questioned, and we have never shied away from that. But we have always said that the law must follow its course of action. And since ED is investigation, let it be a very independent and allow it to investigate without any other extraneous factors trying to influence.
Okay, thank you for your opening comment. In fact, madam and all our panelists, I'm just getting in a breaking news update now. I have to take that for about 30 seconds. We're getting in reports of a MiG crash. Those are the first pictures of a MiG plane crash, a fighter jet crash. I'm just going to bring the news to our viewers and we'll go back to the debate. I just wanted to bring these breaking pictures, a disturbing development in Barmer in Rajasthan. Just getting in these pictures, trying to get more details as of this minute. But from the pictures on your screen right now, in Barmer, this is in the Bhimada village. In the Bhimada village, and there's been a MiG-21 crash. A MiG-21 fighter jet crash. Pilot is injured. And I'm just reading from the details that my colleague Amardeep has sent. पायलट के गंभीर घायल होने की सूचना. Let me go across to Amardeep. Amardeep, what do we know at this point about this crash? Amardeep.
देखिए, बिल्कुल बाड़मेर के बायतू के भीमटा गांव में ये मिग जो है वो क्रैश हुआ है. रूटीन प्रक्रिया के तहत ये मिग जो है वो पायलट अपने ट्रेनिंग के तहत उड़ा रहे थे और कंटिन्यूअसली जो रूटीन प्रक्रिया एयरफोर्स की रहती है उसके तहत ये उड़ रहे थे. बाड़मेर के एयरपोर्ट स्टेशन से जब ये उड़े तो बहुत सही और अच्छी कंडीशन में थे. उसके बाद में ये करीब 50 से 60 किलोमीटर दूर जाकर के ये मिग क्रैश होता है. मिग क्रैश जैसे ही होता है तो उसके बाद ब्लास्ट होता है. ब्लास्ट होने के बाद में जिस इलाके में ये गिरता है वहां आग लग जाती है. वहां मलबा जो है वो करीब आधे से ज्यादा किलोमीटर के इलाके में फैल जाता है और स्थिति इस तरीके से हो जाती है कि जो ग्रामीण है वो समझ नहीं पाते कि आखिर भारत पाक सीमा के आसपास इस तरीके का ब्लास्ट किसका हुआ है, किस तरीके का हुआ है. क्योंकि अभी जिला प्रशासन, एसपी कलेक्टर, इसके साथ में सेना के जवान, एयरफोर्स के जवान मौके के लिए रवाना हुए हैं. ग्रामीणों की मदद से आग पे काबू पाया गया है. मलबे को जो है, मलबे से पायलट को बहुत क्रिटिकल सिचुएशंस में, बहुत ज्यादा क्रिटिकल सिचुएशंस में निकालने की कोशिश हुई है. लेकिन एक पायलट जो था उससे पहले वो कहाँ कूदने की उसने कोशिश की है, कहाँ उसने पैराशूट यूज किया होगा, उसके सर्च भी ग्रामीण अपने लेवल पर कर रहे हैं. लेकिन सबसे बड़ी चीज है कि इस आग को देखने के बाद, इस मिग के क्रैश की तस्वीरों को देखने के बाद ये समझ में आता है कि स्थिति कितनी भयावह होंगी और किस स्थिति में ये प्लेन जो है वो क्रैश हुआ होगा. सेना का ये मिग है और मिग जब क्रैश होता है तो इस स्थिति में जो आप तस्वीरें देख रहे हैं इससे समझा जा सकता है कि हताहत होने की सूचना कहीं ना कहीं है.
Okay, I'll just take one more question with Amardeep and we'll go back to the debate. And initial details coming in. These are initial details. The pilot is injured. Cause of the crash is not known. Any details of whether this was a crash due to technical details also not known as of this minute. What we do know is Air Force officials along with people in the village are at the scene. In fact, I'm just going to recap the details available with us from Barmer in Rajasthan. The MiG-21 crash was near the Bhimra village of Baitu Assembly in Barmer. Debris of the MiG-21 was spread over an area of more than half a kilometer. I repeat, the debris of the MiG-21 plane was spread in an area of more than half a kilometer, which perhaps we are no experts, but suggesting that perhaps something happened in the skies, after which the debris disintegrated and fell in different paths. The ball of fire that you see there was reported after the crash. The district administration, along with forces, we are hearing that Army and Air Force officials perhaps are at the site. There was a little bit of a panic in that village. We will wait for more details. We will not get into more details as of now. We don't have the full details. Let's wait for an official statement. And on that note, I'm going back to the debate. We'll keep the details on the screen and we'll go back to the debate. Okay, so those are details available with us. Official word on the pilot is awaited from the Indian Air Force. Official statement also awaited. Going back to the debate. Okay, the opening statement was made by the Trinamool Congress and Minister Shashi Panja. I'll let Priyanka Tibrewal now come in. Priyanka, could this have been done earlier? Should they have distanced a few days earlier, perhaps last week, when the first cash stash was found? Priyanka.
Well, Ranjan, first of all, we'll pray for the safety of all those who are stuck in this crash. Secondly, I'll rebut by saying that I refute whatever claims and whatever statements have been made by Dr. Panja now, where she had said that, unsparing actions have been taken. No, these were taken due to the circumstances. These were taken because of the wiggling of the ED. Because you see, we will always hear from those who are at the receiving end after the PMLA, because whatever the ED does due to the action powered by the Money Laundering Act, they will always say and cry foul. So I am not going into that, but I will say that after all these activities were done, when they saw that after so much amount of cash which has been recovered, there is no other option but to dismiss him from the ministry portfolio, they have done so. Now, I will say that if the intentions are so honest, there are other ministers. There are other ministers who are involved in various other scams. And although I will not deny that the investigation and the interrogation is in process, but they are still ministers. So if the intentions are so honest, why didn't they remove them? Most of the names are there. We know Kunal, who's the spokesperson, Mr. Kunal, he's the spokesperson of TMC. We know Mr. Bobby Hakim. So all of them are there, but they are still holding the portfolio of the ministership with them. Now, this was particularly done for Partha, as I told you, that they have no answers. Forget the cash portion. Forget the cash portion. There are documents. There are documents of property from which it is evident that those properties are in the name of Mr. Partha Chatterjee.
Yes.
That is the reason party had to take this decision today. And there is an acceptance of crime when he is removed from the post of minister.
Yeah. Okay. Let me bring in the left now. Fuad, do you think Mamata Banerjee perhaps could have acted earlier? Were they waiting to see how the situation perhaps plays out and then act?
No, it's very clear that the case that has actually resulted in this present situation has been filed and is being led by Comrade Bigash Banranjan Bhattacharya, who is the CPIM MP of the Rajya Sabha. One has to be very clear that just 10 days ago, Hemanta Biswa Sharma, the Chief Minister of Assam, and the Chief Minister of Bengal, Mamata Banerjee, had a joint meeting in the presence of Jagdeep Dhankar, who is the Vice Presidential candidate of the Bharatiya Janata Party. And we have seen that in this meeting, it transpired that the Trinamool Congress is going to support Jagdeep Dhankar by actually leaving the electoral field and not voting in that election. What had transpired further in this meeting is very clear as it comes out revealed at the moment. There are 3 Trinamool MPs who are under the scanner in this scandal. One is a cabinet minister, one is a minister of state, and one is an MLA. I think so, Shashi Panja, who is a cabinet minister, we are talking on your panel. I request her to resign this very moment from this cabinet. 3 people of the Trinamool are under the scanner. There is a judicial judgment against the daughter of a minister in the Trinamool ministry, against whom the court has said that her job has to be taken away, the salary that she has drawn has to be returned. Despite that, there is no disciplinary action against him by the Trinamool Congress. The cabinet minister Partha Chatterjee has been found with his hand in the till, and this is very clear that the way that the entire process of defining who is going to get the government jobs, 7,500 students are on the road, meritorious students, and per job approximately 25 to 30 lakhs, the total figure goes to 1800 crores, has been what you call siphoned out from people who are not meritorious. This huge amount of money has flowed into the coffers of individuals and functionaries of the Trinamool Congress. The entire Trinamool cabinet at this moment, including the chief minister, should resign. And one has to be very clear that the questions that are being raised over here are not merely questions of corruption. It is questions of propriety. What was the IS officer doing at that point of time? The departmental IS officer. What was the WBCS officers doing? What were the invigilators doing at these examination centers under influence of the Trinamool Congress? Not as as only the Partha Chatterjee, the minister. This entire parallel corrupt infrastructure has been grown, has been made what you call ready to deliver black money to the leadership of the Trinamool Congress. And this is the misfortune of Bengal, that we have a minister on this panel who is still continuing part and parcel of that ministry. The Chief Minister of Bengal on the 4th of February 2021 promised to the people of Bengal that Rajiv Banerjee, who was a minister in her cabinet, who had taken money for offering jobs, she herself promised that there would be an investigation because he left TMC and joined the BJP. Yeah. Today he is back into the TMC, and that investigation with the Chief Minister herself had promised that is not seeing the light of day. Yeah. And this is the cabinet that Shashi Panja belongs to. She needs to reply on these questions.
No, absolutely. I'll let her respond. But Shashi Panja, I just want to, PKD, I'm coming to you next. Shashi Panja, I just want to add a point. Ma'am, imagine yet your
That's
colleague.
Only when you finish.
Yes, of course. No, he's finished. I'm just letting you answer, Shashi Panja ji. But I just want to add a point. Now, simply put, this is a jobs for cash.
Finally.
Yes, jobs for cash scam, ma'am. And there are people protesting on the streets. Now, you're a part of the same cabinet. Now, if your colleague was involved in this scam and now 50 crores has been retrieved, is this just the tip of the iceberg, Ms. Panja? Because it appears that this may have been ongoing for over 5 years, according to the details available.
So, Niranjan ji, should we allow the BJP and the CPM to do the investigation? And let's tell ED you did not do the investigation anymore, because the BJP and CPM are extremely equipped to do all this. One has looted the country, the BJP, the ruling dispensation, and one which has exited from Bengal in 2011 is speaking sitting on a high moral, a pulpit kind of a thing. And there,
did Mamata Banerjee have a meeting with Hemanta Biswa Sharma?
Chief Minister is, he's ailing, but
did
he's
Mamata
alive.
Banerjee have a meeting with Hemanta Biswa Sharma, the BJP?
Please allow, Niranjan ji, you have to allow me, because I did not interject.
Yeah.
No, please
tell
answer
him
the
to
pointed
keep quiet.
question,
Dr.
Shashi Panja.
Maintain some civility in the debate.
Question.
Okay? I didn't talk.
Did the TMC meet with the BJP?
Buddhadev Bhattacharya. No, you spoke long enough. Please keep.
Did you meet with the BJP?
They can continue.
Are you meeting with the BJP? Mamata Banerjee is meeting with the BJP.
Let her respond.
Please continue. Please continue.
No, Fuad, let her respond.
You see these allegations.
Fuad,
please tell him.
Yeah.
Please quieten him. Please quieten him. He has plenty of queries. So, Buddhadev Bhattacharya, when he was the chief minister, in Bengali, he'd said, "Ye choroder cabinet ami thakbo na." Choroder, he said in this government, and he left. Buddhadev Bhattacharya, the erstwhile chief minister during the left front regime, said, "I will not be associated with the chores." He spoke about his own cabinet. So, Dr. Fuad Halim, do not forget, corruption was in your roots. So don't forget Sujan Chakravarti, there are still cases going against him. Sharada Narada was born during your
times.
times.
Don't
speak from a very high moral. And these false allegations about the meeting. Keep quiet. These false allegations. Niranjan ji,
yes.
These false allegations
is
of
Mamata Banerjee
some kind
seeking
of a
an
deal with
appointment with
Hemanta
Narendra
Biswa
Modi in
Sharma,
August?
if anybody is fighting the BJP or anybody fought against Jagdeep Dhankar, that was mostly done by Trinamool Congress.
What was the meeting
happened? Unfounded allegations which he cannot substantiate. It appears he was there in the meeting. It appears he was a special invitee in the meeting between Jagdeep Dhankar and Hemanta Biswa Sharma and Chief Minister. Dr. Fuad Halim was a special invitee.
Please enlighten the nation.
He's privy to the
meeting in which the BJP
which you
Chief
and me
Minister
are not able to
without any secretaries,
Chief
Minister of Bengal, without any secretaries, Jagdeep Dhankar, Governor of West Bengal, Vice President candidate, without
Fuad and Ms. Panja. Fuad and Ms. Panja. 1 minute. Okay, Fuad. 1 minute. Fuad and Ms. Panja, 1 minute. Yeah, I want to bring in PKD. Yeah, I'm getting you. I want to bring in the other panelists as well. Ms. Panja, I just want to bring in the other panelists.
Going to allow me a quick rebuttal.
Just
to 30 seconds.
Okay, Priyanka, I'll give you 30 seconds. 30 seconds, Priyanka, and then I want to bring in PKD.
So
PKD
Mr.
has spoken. Two other panelists haven't
Mr.
spoken.
Fuad Halim and Ms. Shashi Panja, both of you remind me of the relationship of a examiner and examinee. Now there is a competition. Who is better?
You did not go to court on this case.
It is the
Your
TMC
MLAs
who
did not
learned
raise
from
it in
the
the assembly.
CPM.
Your
It is the
MPs did
TMC
not raise
who
it in the
learned
Lok
from the
Sabha.
CPM. And he is very upset. That
One at a time.
You are not on the road. You didn't go and meet the 500 days those students were languishing on the road. You did not
Okay, please don't speak over each other, please. Let's just have two guests on the screen, please. Two guests, please.
Through the back door meets Mamata Banerjee. Through the back door, Hemanta Biswa Sharma meets Mamata Banerjee.
No, let's not speak over each other, please.
Support for Jagdeep Dhankar, and you are now trying to portray to the people of West Bengal that you want to take off the TMC on corruption.
Yeah. No, 1 minute, Priyanka. Okay, 1 minute.
Are you fighting the case?
1 minute, please. Can we not speak over each other? Irony. Fuad. It's so ironic. 1 minute. Priyanka, please, I gave you your time. Three other panelists haven't spoken. Please, let's not speak over each other. Let's not speak over each other. Please, Priyanka, pull back. Priyanka, pull back. No, Priyanka, pull back. 1 minute. Priyanka, please pull back. Okay, 1 minute. Please don't speak over each other. I'm giving everyone time. I don't want this to be a sort of a please. Ms. Panja, 1 minute. We have three panelists who haven't spoken. The funny thing here is PKD, I don't know what's going on. Because until recently, until a few days back, the TMC was questioning agencies with a second hall. They've been forced to sort of under so much criticism from within the party included, they've been forced to take action. Point number one. Point number two, yes, the left did raise that issue many maybe months ago. But it's the same left that questions agencies. Until recently, they were signatories to it. They were questioning agencies. Agencies have acted, right? And now there's a credit war. It's okay. They were right. They did, of course, raise the issue. They were right in raising the issue. Hundreds and lakhs of students have hit the streets in protest. But PKD, the question is, where does the buck stop? As our hashtag says, cash for who? I think I just lost the signal with PKD there. Okay, you can take that question, Jaideep. I just lost the signal with Jaideep, you can take that. Yeah.
See, I think we will be stretching. It's quite unbelievable that the cash was meant only for Partha Chatterjee and his close associates. No way this can be true. I mean, it will be an insult to people's intelligence if that is the suggestion that this was meant only for Partha Chatterjee. He is the only one who amassed such a lot of wealth. He is the only one who was corrupt in the Trinamool. I would also like to say one thing of here. If Mamata Banerjee's hand was forced by the seizure of such a huge amount of cash, hadn't the seizure come about and the images being shown on television screens across the country, Mamata Banerjee would not have sacked her minister. This said, we all know in Bengal who has how much of assets. I will take the example of a Kolkata Municipal Corporation councillor who has who stays in a 4-story building. His residence is 4-story with a swimming pool on top. There are hundreds and hundreds of Trinamool functionaries who have amassed such huge wealth. If Mamata Banerjee is serious about kicking out corrupt people from her, let her carry out a probe, an internal party probe into the assets of her party people, and she will see how corrupt people are. I agree with the Trinamool that the probe should be very fast and it should not drag on for years. As a tax-paying citizen and as a citizen of the country, I would like to know what has happened to the Sarada probe, where Mamata Banerjee's own name came up. Her paintings were sold for 6.46 crore rupee. Suddenly, after 2013, no one seems to buy her paintings. Why? I would like to know. Why have the art collectors stopped buying her paintings? Let's see that. Let's hear that. Let's know about that.
No, I'll go back to Ms. Panja. But I want to take in a question from the Congress party. You know, Congress party also has a problem with agencies, right? Because their own leaders are under scanner. But tell me something. Lokesh, isn't it too late, the kind of action that's happened in the Partha Chatterjee case? See, because, is it enough to just relieve him after an envelope of 5 lakhs was addressed to the education minister? There was this government insignia. I don't know whether we have those pictures, but there was an envelope. And on the envelope, we had the government of education ministry. There was an envelope, and in that envelope, there was 5 lakh, which was also part of the affidavit in court. And we had the pictures as well of that envelope. Isn't it too late when property document in the joint name of Partha and Arpita has been found? Minister and his aide, joint documents. Republic TV, by the way, did an investigation, went to a school that is reportedly, allegedly run by Partha Chatterjee, now minister relieved of, not sacked, relieved of his duties, suspended, not sacked or expelled from his party. We went to the school. It's a state-of-the-art international school that is run in West Medinipur. Isn't it too late when evidence of a decade-long association, emerges with this Arpita character? Not too late when 10 people from a family of one of Partha's bodyguards got jobs as primary teachers.
Niranjan, the problem is not, we are not questioning.
Just lost the signal.
When K.S. Ishwarappa, he was accused of a scandal whereby the BJP's own contractor...
What was my question? What is your answer?
No, please.
You want me to repeat the question? It was fairly long.
I'm coming to your question.
Yeah.
I'm coming to your question, sir. The point is, when ED is undertaking such forms of measures, it's within its ambit. But why such insulation upon BJP members? Why are the government's cabinets that are run by BJP are completely given a clean chit? No form of investigation takes place. The Republic TV does not take any form of an interest if the issue deals with a BJP rule state. But
please,
yes,
don't make such sweeping statements.
It's a non-BJP rule
excuse me, you want me to remind you? Okay, you want me to, don't do this. 1 minute, Lokesh, listen to me, okay? Listen to me. Okay, let me tell you. When this story happened, no, on whatever leaders you named, no, it was Republic TV that did stories on these leaders also, okay? Point number 2, you want me to show you the list of stories we've done? Why are you getting defensive? Why are you getting defensive? Your question is to the BJP. You ask the BJP, why are you dragging Republic into it? Go ahead. I'll give you 10 seconds more.
What I'm saying is, Enforcement Directorate needs to have a uniform application of law all across the country. It must also consider the BJP members. It must also consider the governments that are ruled by the BJP when it is considering such forms of measures.
Okay.
I am not supporting the TMC, or I am not sympathizing with Partha Chatterjee at all.
Yeah.
I mean, anybody who indulges into corruption is guilty and must be subjected to law.
Yeah.
However, some form of a generalization, holding some form of a kangaroo court and holding a particular government solely responsible is something that we will protest. The present BJP and its tactic of using ED and CBI so as to prove itself to be non-corrupt and completely an honest government is nothing but a scam.
Okay, PKD, I have very little time. I'll let you speak. You haven't spoken on the debate, but there are many more leaders, PKD, under scanner in the Trinamool Congress as of this minute. There's an MLA who's being summoned. I believe he was summoned a couple of times. There is also Paresh Adhikari, who's still a minister, also under the scanner. Where do you think the buck stops in this case?
At the Mamata Banerjee. The TMC means now the treasure of maligned cash. That's the new definition of
what cash? Sorry, I didn't catch that. What's that? I didn't catch that.
I said treasure of maligned cash.
Treasure of maligned cash.
You will be finding, the ED will be finding these treasures now every day and day out. So I believe
on a lighter note, every time we hear that they've gone to another house, the first thing we do is we call our reporter and say, please let's get the pictures first if there's something there. Okay, go ahead.
So I think that TMC and Mamata is now trying to compete with her erstwhile party, that is the Congress, which has got the biggest track record of corruption. Now I think Mamata has taken a pledge that she will beat the Congress when it comes to the corruption. One after another, the amount of corruption charges, I don't think that in the recent past, in any of the state ministers or any of the political party have really, at least in the last 2 decades, have not come across in this level. We may have been hearing about some or the other, but like a chain of one after another, we have not. In this case, the Mamata Banerjee, you asked like where is the buck stop? The Mamata Banerjee is the one who needs to be answerable. In either case, she is very incompetent to run a government because under her own nose, under her own leadership, her own deputies or the close family aides are able to go for such a big scam. That means she is not a capable chief minister to run the state.
No, but let me ask.
Or the other way around.
No,
Niranjan, I have been waiting.
Okay, go ahead. Complete your point.
Want me to complete my statement?
Yeah, complete.
I will stay.
Complete.
No, you go on.
No, please complete.
I'm not a great fan.
Why are you getting upset?
I don't enjoy such kind of...
No, complete. No, I wanted to ask a question to BJP, but you complete. Complete your point.
No, you can go to the others, Niranjan.
No, please complete, PKD. Please complete. Don't get upset.
I'm only saying that, you ask somebody to wait for 30 minutes and if you...
I tried. I lost the line with you earlier. I don't know whether you know, but
that's
yeah,
okay,
go ahead.
Niranjan. That's okay, Niranjan. I'm just saying, all I am saying that the buck stops at the Mamata Banerjee, and if either she is incapable of running a government wherein she don't even have the control on her own people, or else she is also equally a part. The people are collecting cash for her party or for herself. So in either case, the buck stops at the Mamata Banerjee. And in this particular case, why she needs to be more and more answerable, there are multiple occasions when the scam has come up. Finally, the High Court has to step in. Even then, Mamata Banerjee, even a few days ago on a television debate, one of the TMC spokesperson were defending her along with me. He was defending the Partha Chatterjee, saying that we will wait. There is nothing he has done. It is all about a political vendetta. Where is the political vendetta? The cash after, 50 crores, and I don't know. Somebody is talking about 1,200 crores, 1,500 crores, 1,800 crores. We don't even know. I think the amount of money now, it gives me a feeling the amount of money the TMC government over the last 15 years must have been amassed, maybe much more than the Britishers have taken away from this country, they looted. I think corruption is now becoming a essential part of the TMC and its government. Mamata Banerjee is answerable to each one of us, to every Bengali, to every person in this country. This is simply not acceptable. And one of the biggest challenges of our democracy is the corruption. And the corruption is now, the capital of corruption is Calcutta.
Okay, but I have to, I can't end the debate without asking the BJP. What happens to all of those people who face charges and continue to face charges and are in your party? The point which, Fawad Alim raised and also Dr. Panja and Lokesh Jindal raised.
Yes, and I'll answer to that.
Yeah, please.
I'll answer to that. So as citizens of this nation, they should know and what is the process of law. And Mr. Fawad Halim knows it well, that, if you have questions for someone in mind and if you have any kind of proof, go file an FIR as a responsible citizen. Why aren't you filing a FIR against Hemant Biswa Sarma or Subhendu Adhikari if you think so? No, let me complete. I heard what you said. Go file an FIR, pursue it in the court of law. If the court of law feels that there is enough proof to order for a probe, they will order for a probe. if
Can
the
you
court of
tell
law
the people
feels
of the
that
nation
a committee has
what
to
happened
be,
in the meeting
that a committee
in
has
which
to be
your
formed, they
party
will form a
leader,
committee.
your
If
vice
the committee
presidential
feels
candidate
that the CBI
was
should be handed
present
over the
with
matter, it will be
Mamata
handed over to
Banerjee?
the CBI.
Why are
If
you
they feel
shying
that ED
away
should interfere,
from
Okay.
answering the direct
Okay,
question
okay, have to end the
that
debate.
you, the BJP,
we will debate it.
are
It's an
actually
ongoing
in
investigation.
cahoots with the TMC?
There's a big charge being made by the left that the BJP is in cahoots with the TMC. Okay, we'll take this debate again. We'll debate this again. We'll debate this again. Priyanka, Jaydeep, PKD, Fuad and Lokesh, thank you for joining us. And moving on now to our final debate on the show. One of the men arrested in the Karnataka hate killing, as per his wife's